Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So.
Texas school leading. Yeah.
Oh, dude, your lover boy Adam Francis's perk might not actually work all the time.
Really?
Yeah, it might be a little busted right now.
Shit.
Dude, it for sure is, Michael. You know it is because you have had it not work for you.
Yeah, but there's 100-second for it to work too, so I don't know if
It's
that
just
was part
broken.
of it. Is it?
Yeah,
Shit.
I was watching videos about it. Motherfucker, join the goddamn game.
I think I did. I just like loading
Oh,
shittily.
okay.
Yeah, like
I thought that was you already in it, so I was bitching at Mike.
no, it just like kept kicking me in and out of it. Like it was just like fucking this
Oh, that's
weird little
weird.
limbo of bullshit. Yeah, I don't know what was happening there, but it just yeah. Now I'm in, I guess. So what the fuck ever. I ended up getting the Strode trophy. Yay.
Nice. Your
Strode
strophy.
it good.
Yeah, dude, the trophy.
Trophy.
With the Huntress,
A
hit a
trophy.
survivor with a hatchet throw attack 4 times. Okay, so it's not a survivor thing, which I would like.
Let me get my title set up here too. Oh yeah. Yeah. Alright, I got that going. Hell yeah.
So, Mike, what do you want to talk about?
Alright. Um so yeah, last time we touched up on like different alien races, primarily the Greys, but um this time I'm just like I was watching this video and a dude he was saying how he got like into like Area 51. He goes down this like elevator and he's with the couple like special forces guys from the army. They go down this elevator shaft and it's just a shootout. Like they didn't expect them to be there. Like it was like a weird. So like in the middle of a shootout, the guy gets his like arm blasted off, and then the special forces guy like kind of like saves him and pushes him back in and shoots it up, and he just continues like fighting him. And I go, I don't know. That sounds more of like a storytelling like movie seller to me than a
That just sounds like complete fiction to me. Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
yeah, what do you mean he pushes it back? Like he pushes the dude's arm back in? Like,
No. So he got blasted. Like the guy that's
uh,
like was talking about it.
Anyone
He's like,
getting blasted sounds like fake to me.
yeah, that. Thank
Like,
you. It was like a. He said it was like an energy gun, and here I am thinking of like, like okay, like Star Wars blaster gun. Like what? What?
that sounds like complete horseshit to me. Like,
Yeah, that's
I don't
that's
know.
what that's one I watched, and he's done like a bunch of like he's had a bunch of talks about it, and he goes around and tells people his story and stuff, and he's missing like half his arm, and I'm like, I
dude, I
don't
hope he
know, like
cut
that's
his
just
own arm off just to sell
to
this. Like
sell the
he's like, dude,
story.
I gotta sell this story. Gotta lose an
Yeah,
arm, and he just like put it
got
down on the table and starts hacks on at it.
yeah,
See, I hope that's
yeah,
the case, but I feel like he was just born like without part of his arm or like
Right.
lost part of it otherwise.
right.
Like
Just
either
had
way,
like
I
a
don't have any faith in this guy's story.
no, no, and he tells like he gets paid to go around and like tell his experience. And I'm like, what? Like I don't know. That one just seemed a little far fetched. Like 'cause I personally believe in aliens, but like some of the stories that come out, it's like,
I'm pretty
I don't
sure the
know.
three of us are in agreement that aliens are a thing.
Since
Like,
since I wasn't in the last one, real quick, just I'm 100% sure that there's aliens out there. I
yeah.
don't necessarily like super advanced or super running. Like even just bacteria on another planet is another fucking alien race, and with how
Right.
giant the universe is, I think it's impossible that there's not other life of some kind. Like, maybe
Excellent.
not your traditional Greys or little green men or whatever other fucking X-Files shit. Like,
Right.
the tall
right.
men or whatever, but, like,
Dude,
there's just no way. Like, fucking life finds a way, man. Like,
yes, and I fully agree with you on that. I think it's naive to think that there isn't anything else. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
think that's like a
Yeah.
really religiously like founded
Based,
thing where
yep.
it's like God made us, so like we're special, and it's just like an ego slash like brainwash thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like we're the best. Like there can't be anything but us. Like our own
Yeah, we're literally
narcissistic
made in God's
values.
image, and God made the rest of these animals for us to eat. Like,
Right.
okay, that's like a very like I don't want to actually think about the nature of existence kind of mindset.
Right, like what we are actually doing, and yeah, no, that's a solid point too. Yeah, because I've talked to people and they're like, there's no way aliens exist. We'd know they're here, and I was like, well, what do you
How have
consider
we gone out to
alien?
them?
Yeah,
Right.
What if we are the oldest race? We might be, but like we're not even at that point yet.
right.
On our own planet, we have evidence that like ancient civilizations were highly advanced, maybe up to our point, maybe beyond, maybe not quite up to
Yup.
it, but they were really advanced and they fell apart. So like, what's to say other alien nations haven't come close and then fell apart? Like,
Exactly. That's a dude like the ancient alien theory, dude. I fully believe some of
that's
that.
another
Like
that could have been a thing. What if we're like
Yeah.
the remnants of a dead alien race?
yeah,
Like
like they
Dude,
left and like we're
Mars
just
is kind of
here.
creepy that way, because, like, it kind of, like, feels out like a planet that was, like, just ruined at one point. Because, like, I
yeah, it
know I've
could
heard,
be.
like, a lot of shit, like, about how Mars, like, used to be able to sustain life and, like, you know, that kind
Yeah,
of shit. And, like, it used to have rivers and stuff. And, like, it could be that, like, yeah, maybe, like,
yeah,
a
they're finding more
shittier
evidence
theory
that
to
the
me is that
glaciers
it's
are warm
us
water.
and we just, like, fucked that planet up and then just
Dude,
shot
Right.
off to this planet and, like, we're just
Hmm.
gonna
dude,
do
that's
the same. Like,
We
Ashley
are.
just told me a theory about that, like that we actually lived there and like we did, you know what I mean? Like some people believe that, like we and I go, that would
It's not
that would
far
be
fetched.
inter
yeah,
that's
that
yeah,
makes sense to me. Like,
that
Look at what we're
does.
doing.
yeah,
Here,
mentally, I can totally see that being the case. Like,
yeah. And then like certain abductee stories, they'll say like how that certain races of aliens just are like irritated with how we treat our planet because it
Yeah,
affects the whole
absolutely.
universe. And I go, I could totally see that. Like
yep,
everyone's like, why would they be here? It's like, well, probably because we're like using nukes, killing each other, and they don't want us fucking up the whole universe. Like,
yeah, they don't want us in space at
Yeah.
all. Like, I could see that
yeah,
for sure. Like, these
and
guys can't
Yeah.
hold down a planet.
Could
Like,
be
and we've
that, or even just like we've gone down that path and it doesn't work.
right.
Like, because
dude,
it's there's a whole bunch of like what ifs and who knows. Like,
right. That's true. Yeah, it's an interesting topic. I mean,
absolutely.
I've been leaning towards the underwater one lately, like that they can like they might have like certain bases like in the ocean because we can't even search that deep in there.
Mm.
But I don't know. I haven't really researched it or watched anything on it, so
Yeah, the only thing
I
I know
think
about that is that video you had me watch, like, with a bunch of the alien races. Like, they, like, straight out and out were just like, yep, these are the Atlanteans. They took. And then the guy's just like, not to be confused with the Atlanteans from the city
yeah,
of
Yeah.
Atlantis, but
Yeah. Yeah.
the aliens that hang out in the city of Atlantis now that it's failed. And
Yeah.
I'm
The
just like,
ruins of the city.
alright. Like,
New wave Atlanteans.
right, like, come, what the fuck? Like,
dude, that was
it's-
hilarious because it's like you're throwing out planets and different places they've
dude,
lived
they
and
threw
all
out
this
so
shit.
many different, like, just, like, crazy shit. Like, the Nazis. And I'm like, wait, what? They're just like, yeah, the Nazis spliced their blood with aliens and made pacts with aliens, and now they live underground. Is a
They would have
perfect
been
Right.
going
alien
to.
It,
race.
See, anybody who's like selling tons of random shit like that is like, this is all fact. Like,
Right.
I immediately don't believe. I'm like, this
Dude,
is
they,
good
they the
fiction.
way they sold it was that they found a book from Russia that was just a list of, like, different
Yeah.
alien races and how they came about, but like some of the races were just insane. They're just like the Wakand. Like, this isn't real, but
Yeah.
the what
Yeah. No,
I'm
I understand.
afterwards, the name I can't remember, but it's like the Wakandians, a black alien race that lives under Africa. And I'm just
Right. Right.
like, what?
Oh
It
man.
sounds like they might have just found like a D&D like sci-fi style like the alien race book or something.
And just started going off
Got
on it. Yeah.
confused. Like
Dude, that's honestly what I think on that one video, Matt, because oh shit. Good attempt, good attempt. And then yeah, there's so many different theories and stuff coming out on them, and it's still crazy to me. Like I don't know, like there's a thing on online that I read that like the Pope said there's like a possibility of aliens, and then he like later on went to say that he didn't say that. Like I was like, what? Like it's kind of weird. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh well.
I tried to save you, dude. I just like, he's like right up my
And
ass. I can't get out of this.
so I watched the video the other day on what was it? So there's this guy that was like he kind of similar to the other one. But he was like in the army, and he's like, yeah, they'd make me like make up excuses of why I'd have to leave, and then I'd go do like my autopsies on aliens in like Nevada and stuff. And he goes, I'm doing all this, and I finally, I got out of it, and then I've been like, leaking information to the public. I think everyone deserves to know what we're actually doing. And he's going on about this, and the interviewer goes, so they told you could tell everyone about this? He's like, yeah, basically, it's. He's going on like it's just casual. I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like you're saying, like the government said, yeah, it's fine. Just go ahead and throw out like documents and shit that we didn't want really posted. Like,
Yeah,
it's kind of
right. I
weird.
feel like that guy'd be
I
dead. Like that's
yeah.
how that would
Oh no,
end
it
if he was
gets
just spilling secrets and shit. Like,
and it gets better though. They took him to like what they called like a washroom, like where they kill people in. There's like drains
yeah.
everywhere, and it's like a room or whatever. And he goes in there, and they're like basically like we're telling them basically you've done this and this, and then he's like, no, I haven't. And they go, you breached your contract, and this is what happens when you breach your contract with us. And he's like, no, I haven't breached it actually. And they were like reading through his contract. They left the room, came back, and they're like, well, we are sorry, there must have been a mix-up, we're gonna send you back home. I was like, man. And the guy was like crying as he's telling this part of the story. He's like, I don't know if he's just trying to sell it, like if I
for
mean, we'll
sure,
never
just trying to
know.
sell it. But like,
I
yeah,
think so.
Yeah.
With the tears and stuff, like it was traumatizing for him. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I don't know. It looked like he was trying to sell it pretty hard, but dude, I would be. Like I think it'd be pretty intense, like to see like an actual like UFO or something of that sort. I think I'd be pretty stoked. I just don't know if I would be like if I would like lock up, like be like freaked out, or you know what I mean, or just be like, oh, this is something different. We'll see what this is about.
I mean, it just depends. Like, how far away is it? What do they look like? Are they coming
yeah.
out? Are they doing like?
Right, a lot of
Are they
variables.
hanging? Like,
Right, yeah. Is it just like, yeah, is it just like they flew by and I'm like just got a glimpse of it and I'm like, oh, maybe maybe that's what it was. Because
and then
even
3 years later, you die of cancer.
yeah, and dude, a lot of abductee people have had like huge cases of like nuclear reaction to being around their ships and stuff, and like they'll have like feel like sick and puking their guts out for like a week and shit. That it's like a pretty common part of the experience, I guess. And
The
it's like, man, that sounds
experience.
shitty. That sounds shitty though.
Nope. Fuck you, guy.
He just ran right by the killer. Like, multiple times. This killer was really bad. He was really fucking bad.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I think you just ended up slipping up early on, like.
Yeah, because this dude really was bad. When he was chasing me, I literally stopped in the dark area. He walked, and then he, like, should have seen me crouch down there. I was like, oh, he got me. But I was dedicated. I was like, fuck it. And, like,
I had at
he
least
walked
2 cases
straight
of that
past
shit.
me. Like, I was like, oh, you didn't see me. Okay. Sure.
I think I just got caught too early to really
You had like a
test
2K.
him.
I think it was just bad luck on that one.
Yeah. I did that earlier and then I fucked up because he hit me and I went out the door and then literally just turned on the door. He walked by me, he looked around and I was like, you know what, screwed, I'm gonna bolt. As I start running, he hits me. I was like, ah, shit.
Well, I got a dep meg.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Good old Meg.
But yeah, Mike, any other, like, weird stories or anything?
Yeah, do you have any
I don't
other
know.
bullshit that we can disprove?
Disprove. Oh, I don't know. I just think it's gonna be interesting, like, if they ever are just, like, open about things. Like, yeah, no, we definitely have had alien contact, or, you know what I mean? Like, the possibility of finally being, like, open on it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, man,
will admit.
I'd like to see like whatever if they have any like thing that they're willing to share at any point. That'd be great.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I will admit that Area 51 is kind of like a cool, like it's always got my imagination riled. Like, just like
Yeah.
why there's a base there, you know,
Right.
whether it be
Like, what?
aliens or just like government weapons
Just,
testing or some shit, you know. Like,
right. I would love to get the chance to go there, but it's like, man, it's, yeah. You gotta be like a top dog or have a huge security clearance.
You gotta be a junkyard dog for that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
dude, Michael,
That'd be
this is your calling, dude. You need to become a top dog, and then you can just
I
spill
need
all the secrets.
dude,
Yeah, dude.
here I am just trying to smoke pot on the regular and now you want me to become a top dog on the trying to
Yep.
dodge that UA.
Top dog.
Dude, once you're the top dog, though, you don't even have to worry about it, Michael. You
Yeah.
can be a top
That's a
dog.
fair
Not
point.
too much.
I'd be the junkyard dog for life.
You are.
You've always been the junkyard dog.
You will always be the junkyard dog to me.
Old junkyard.
Yep. That's what we call you.
Yeah, I need to look into the water theory. Like some people like to think Atlantis is actually like, you know, like a city of like an alien species that lives in the ocean. Like they have bases there and stuff. I was like, man, that's interesting, but the ocean's like not
So
very well explored, so it's kind of interesting. But
this
that
isn't
wouldn't really make them
necessarily
alien though.
this isn't necessarily alien related, but there's this asshole who writes books about how there's like a tribe of like psychic like the reason we've never found Bigfoot is because they're all psychic, and he like has met with them, and like yeah, he's like written multiple books about telekinetics Bigfoot society that lives like right here amongst us in the woods of like the Pacific Northwest and I think the rest of the world, honestly. And they just like make themselves invisible and are like hyper advanced like creatures and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, what the fuck?
Damn, that's
I think they
that's
might be
deep.
aliens. I don't remember if he says that they come from Earth or not, but
Damn.
yeah, I don't remember the dude's name, but like it's really easy to find this shit. And I was like half tempted to like buy the book just to like read this nonsense.
Right. See what the hell.
Yeah, yeah.
This
He's written
could
like
be
4 or 5 of them,
Holy shit.
just about like living amongst the psychic
The
fucking
psychic
Bigfoot society.
Bigfoot, yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking it up or?
No,
I'm
that's
looking it
just
up.
Oh,
insane.
okay.
Jesus
So
Christ.
So is it that he thinks
Oh,
that
dude, the psychic
Bigfoot's
Sasquatch and the
psychic?
UFO connection. No, that there's a race of them and they're all psychic.
Oh,
Yeah, the psychics, a psychic Sasquatch and their UFO connection by Jack Kiwani Lapsuritis, and he does not conventions, but like he does like meetings where he like talks about it and like people go and shit.
shit.
Very niche, very niche.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's found his peace and just stuck with it.
It honestly
Yeah.
just sounds like he's a dude who lives in the woods and likes to trip balls.
Yep.
I think that's actually sounds more like it.
Oh yeah, way
Yeah, I would-
fucking more like it.
I think I would freak out if I was tripping balls like in the woods, like by
If I
myself.
was
Like,
alone, I feel
God damn, it's
like,
the trapper again, but he just hit me.
Damn, dude.
This might really fuck me over.
yeah, I think I would like have like a freak out. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
he did
shit.
get me. Fuck.
Yeah, that's
It all just depends. Like with hallucinogens, you gotta just be on your A game and just not freak yourself out. But like, it's really easy to freak yourself out. So
right. Just, like thinking about shit like this and then
yeah,
popping
you can
it
like,
and then-
yeah, it's like you're walking on like not like a tightrope, but like still a pretty narrow passage, and it's easy enough not to fall off. But if you start to, you're gone.
Damn. Dude, I'm gonna have to try it one of these days. Oh, ew.
I'll try it with you, Michael.
Yeah, we'll shoot.
Let's do it. I'm
And
down.
by that I mean like if you know somebody, you can talk to me.
Oh god, I got hit and then into the trap.
Oh, this is going all
I failed
bad.
you, Matt. I failed you. No, I'd be down. I think that'd be fun. I want to try the peyote.
I want to try it all.
Ah, shit, they took me away. Dude, and then the Air Forces had multiple like sightings and like data of like seeing like UFOs appear and I'm just it all just kind of like just gets kind of thrown under the radar though. It's like, that's neat, and then they're like, that's cute. We don't care though. Like,
Yeah, I do like to watch those like dumb UFO shows. Like a lot of them are just like, but like I do enjoy watching a bunch of them.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I like listening to like stories even if they're like really bullshit or if they're,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
legit sounding.
dude, yeah. It like, yeah, a lot of it can get. Some of it can be like interesting, and then sometimes they get to a point where it's just like, you're kind of bending my willingness to.
Dude, it's that book like that dude was just rattling off UFO shit out of. I was just like, dude, what? Like, come the fuck
Right.
on with this shit, dude. Like 95% of the aliens, like he kept just like they're invisible, they're telepathic,
Yeah.
like just 95% of them. And then this one, he just like tried to get weirdly spooky with it. He's just like, yeah, have you ever felt? He's like, they're invisible, but our human anatomy can feel uneasy around them. Have you ever felt like you're being watched? That's them. And it's just like, oh my god, okay, dude. Like,
Dude, that's kind of. And I'm like, what if
Bro,
it's like.
Keep
It's
going
like
with
if
that.
they're invisible, can you like hit them or you know what I mean? Like if I just started swinging around, like
yeah, just like
invisible
walk
is an
into one of them.
intangible.
Like, yeah. Yeah, you'd be able to walk into them, you'd assume, like invisible aliens. Like, that's not, yeah.
Yeah. Or they just don't know, and so they would call them invisible, and they might be intangible.
Right.
Intangible would be weird, because then you're just like, you can walk through shit. Fuck that.
oh yeah,
But the description for the Psychic Sasquatch book, the result of 40 years of documented research on the Sasquatch, a factual account of a scientist's astounding journey, finally revealing answers to the most perplexing unsolved mystery in modern times. In the summer of 1977, an elderly lady sat quietly reading a book on the porch of her cottage in a densely wooded area in northern Wisconsin. Suddenly, an invisible force sent the book out of her hands onto the porch floor. She heard someone laughing. At the edge of the forest stood the form of a huge ape-like creature with dark auburn hair all over its body. This credible lady continued. Wow, describing her as credible in the description is fucking hilarious.
This credible lady.
This credible lady
Michael, you
continued
just
to have
disconnected.
telepathic.
I just got killed.
That's
Did it
not
say
what
I
I'm
disconnected?
seeing.
Yeah, it says disconnected on my side too.
What the hell?
This credible lady continued to have telepathic conversations with a man creature for 4 consecutive summers and came to know him as Sasquatch. Is this a rare and unusual event? Not at all. Jack Kawani Lapsuritis has devoted his life to this research, conducting countless interviews and spending weeks alone in the forest, quietly trying to communicate with them rather than hunt them. The psychic Sasquatch provides us with revelations about these gentle creatures and the astonishing truth about their connection with extraterrestrials and why they cannot be found.
Jesus.
I think it's about them living in another dimension on top of our own, and they